You're about to listen to the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. We cover weird things, but part of that may include adult themes and content. We'll be talking about things like butts and boobs, and there will be swearing. It's kind of what we do. If there are any kids in the car, you may want to change the channel. Thanks, and enjoy. Hey, sweetie, what can I get for you?
Do you have any of today's specials left?
The weird? Oh, yeah, we got lots of weird.
And can I get that with bacon?
Sure, weird with a side of bacon, coming up. Hello and welcome everybody to episode number 8 of the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. This is the podcast, if you're a first-time listener, where we like to go through and talk about everything that is weird. Weird history, weird facts, weird social media, weird news. This is a podcast that was described by one person as, okay, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. Anyway, I am one of your hosts, Trevor, and I like to cover the weird history and the weird facts. And let's take it over to Misty. Misty, what do you do here today?
I do a lot of things here. But I go through weird news articles from all around the world.
Wonderful. And how about you, Stephanie? What do you do here?
Social media.
Okay, that's it. Social media. I like
social
it.
media stories. Social media.
You wanted it short and sweet. We gave it to you.
It was short and sweet, and it was perfect. So
I stay here and look pretty. What do you want?
Anyway, one of the things we like to cover in our podcast is if there's anything that is weird that has happened to any of us in our own personal lives. I don't have anything weird. I feel like it's been a while. Anything weird for either of you two?
No.
Well, then let's stop screwing around. Let's get right into it. All right. Again, for new listeners, bacon rating, we will take at the end of each person's articles or stories or whatever you want to call them. We like to go through and give a rating of 1 to 4 and how weird that was. And sometimes you can even get an A+ with a crispy if it's a really good story. So, back to it.
Remember, we have to be gentle with our ratings.
Yeah, or he cries. I know.
He gets upset.
I don't cry on the air.
You go home and curl up into a ball.
I don't like to talk about it. Anyway, let's go on. So I have named this piece of history, Thank You for Volunteering. And first thing I'd like to do with that is give you the sources of mine to prove I'm not just making all of this shit up, just half of it. The first one is an article from 19...
Did you just say just half of it that you make up?
Maybe. No, I don't make any of it up. I'm just joking.
Pretty sure you just said that you...
I did say I may have it up, but I am lying. I made up the part about making it up. I take this very seriously, though. I do not make up any of this. Earth is flat. Never mind. Okay, moving on. First thing I have is a University of Houston article from 1986. Next is a 2022 entry in the Scholarly Community Encyclopedia. And then...
Our favorite author ever.
This is also a piece that I found from 1,144 random, interesting, and fun facts that you need to know by Scott Matthews. This piece that I am doing is going to be about the first flight. So, as people who grew up in the U.S., we were all taught that the first recorded manned flight was Orville and Wilbur Wright in 1903, right? So that is not exactly true. There are records of a manned flight happening in the 6th century. Manned flight was the goal of Emperor Gao Yang of Northern Qi dynasty in China. He seemed to be obsessed with the idea and had plans on how to do it, but also knew it was really, really dangerous to try it, right? So how did he test his inventions? Being the emperor, he took prisoners, strapped them to various inventions that he thought would fly, and then pushed them off the largest tower in the land to see what happens.
Splat.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of splats.
Just a smidge.
But yes, Emperor Yang, he was known to be kind of a really cruel dude. And to become a prisoner didn't mean you were like stealing things or trying to create an uprising against the government or whatever. It's just various things. There's a couple of men here that I ran into where they were just the other side of a political party. Like, they were a family that was in charge until he took over and decided, well, everybody in that family and their cousins and third cousins, they all got to go to prison too. But that helped him have a lot of test pilots for all of his inventions. So he'd come up with all these different inventions that he thought would fly. So a lot of them were based on kites because these were things that he knew could fly. So once he came up with a new plan, he would build it out of bamboo mats and he would attach it to a prisoner. He would then take them to the Tower of the Golden Phoenix. That tower was about 100 feet tall, so that's the equivalent of a 10-story tall building. He would then launch them off of the tower in what he called a Buddhist rite of liberation.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
See you on the other side.
One of the things that he really liked to do, by the way, is some of these designs he had would have strings, just like a regular kite, has a big string that you would hold. These would be stronger than strings. Strings would be like cables. Is he would allow the prisoner's relatives to hold the strings. That way, if the prisoner didn't fly, the family would think they caused the death because they weren't holding the strings right. Like, when you try to make a kite fly, sometimes it doesn't go up the first time or two. So he liked to add that little spice.
Definitely some psychological things happening.
I don't even know what to say.
So after he did this experiment quite a few times, there actually was one person who survived. The family was actually able to keep him aloft and traveled a distance of 2.5 kilometers, so about 1.6 miles. So this was like a success, right? Like, this guy lived, traveled, maybe not like flight like we think, but it kind of counts. So to celebrate this guy's success and say, hey, you're the first guy who ever made it, he was executed by intentionally leaving him to starve to death in a jail cell.
I thought maybe they cut the strings.
Right.
No, that would be too clean of a death. No. Instead, his punishment for surviving was slowly starving to death in a prison cell.
Rude.
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 Just rude.
That is one way to describe pushing prisoners off of a tower
Just
100
rude.
feet tall. It's just rude.
I think that's the best response. I can't even follow up with that.
Bacon rating. Kept it tight, kept it short. Meh. Thoughts?
Still rude. 3 crispy.
It's like a 3 crispy. Misty?
I'll give it a 3. I was having a really hard time not trying to yawn.
Wow. Oh.
Not at you.
So in a sense, it was almost a 3 soggy.
Well, when somebody tells you not to do something or try to not do something, it's just a habit that you have to do it.
Now you're thinking about yawning?
Yeah, and now I constantly want to yawn.
So rude.
I'm sorry. So for listeners, we had a thing we're listening to previous episodes. And we had some things where you could hear yawning and sniveling or whatever. So we had to talk. And we're like, all right, guys, this episode, we have to be really careful. We don't record a bunch of yawns and stuff while the other people are talking.
I don't know about you, but that talk. The talk, I feel like it was directed more so at you and me, and he's the innocent one in this.
I did not.
I give him a -2 bacon rating on his own speech.
I did not. I said we. We need to watch on this. I didn't say you guys have to watch this.
Sure.
Well, yeah,
Hold on, let me wipe my tear. Oh, I sniffled. I'm sorry.
So rude.
Okay, I keep watching Misty, and she keeps trying to stifle these yawns. I am so sorry. My story was so boring that you have nothing you can do but yawn through it.
It's a psychological thing. You know, it's like you watch one person yawn and then you continue to yawn.
I did that the other day when I was watching something on TV. The person yawned on TV, and I'm like,
Right.
I'm like, how does that work?
Great. Now I need to watch a show where somebody yawns and see if it really works.
That's weird. I like it though.
That's the weird. That's a weird story. Weird personal story. There
Weird
you go.
personal. Stephanie's yawned from somebody on TV yawning.
Yeah.
Now I have to know. Does anybody else yawn when somebody on TV yawns, or is it only when you see a person in real life yawning?
I could totally try it, and then you tell me if it works. Okay, listeners? There you go. It's the fakest
Okay,
yawn.
Please comment.
Please comment if you yawned. Yes, and hopefully it wasn't too big of a yawn. If you're driving in your car right now, listening to this as a podcast, and you yawn really, because I've had that where you yawn while driving, and all of a sudden it's one of those where you have to like close your eyes, and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna crash. No, just me. What about
I've
a
yawned,
sneeze?
but I don't think I've ever got myself to the point of
Where you
thinking
want
I'm
to
going to
close
crash.
your eyes? How long have you been driving?
What about a sneeze? What about one of those big sneezes? Have you ever had one of those where you're about to have a big sneeze, and all of a sudden you're like, I gotta be really careful while I sneeze because I'm driving and I can't stop?
Okay, sneezes, yes.
Okay, all right. So that part is normal human activity. The
What
yawning
also,
part.
what made me think of this is because I was scratching my foot. It's the same thing. Like if you're driving
Uh-huh.
and you have an itch on your foot, and you're like, I can't let my foot off the gas right now.
Have you ever took your other foot will go like this?
Yes.
And then the gas goes. Wee, 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 wee.
Or you rub your foot against the other one. And
My biggest fear with driving is some sort of spider or a bug flying in my face.
like it's in the car and you didn't know it was there.
Yes.
And it
it
comes
slowly like comes down in front of me, and you know,
Has that happened?
I've had them crawl like on my windows and stuff.
I think I've had that too. Have you had that, Misty?
Yeah, you just open the window and push them out.
Well, it's hard if they're on the windshield. I've had them on the windshield
Oh,
before.
you just find something and go.
Usually it's my hand, the back of my hand. And then I'm like, now there's guts all over my windshield.
Well, guys, I'd really appreciate Stephanie's 3.5 crispy rating. Misty's 3, but I apologize that I made you yawn the entire time. Misty Ray, you are up. So what do you have for us today?
So my story is about somebody who has a banana phobia.
Can you be afraid of bananas?
Sure.
I mean, they are scary.
Sometimes if a banana's too big, it's a little scary.
Are you still talking about bananas?
I'm talking about bananas. What are you talking about, Stephanie?
So this article is from Sky News in the UK. Okay. So a Swedish minister's phobia of bananas has led officials to insist that rooms are free of fruit ahead of any meeting or any visits, according to this report.
So any fruit, not just bananas.
Any fruit. So not just bananas.
So he's scared of all fruits. All fruits are scary.
Yes.
See, I was
Because they're
gonna go-
healthy.
he hates fiber. I was going to go the other way. Like, what is it? All banana-shaped objects? Does he like hot dogs are scary too?
They said fruits. Hot dogs are not
Well,
fruit.
that's why I didn't know.
Do
but he
hot
said
dogs
fruits.
have seeds?
Do hot dogs have season? Okay, that's really fun. Oh, okay, I really like that joke. Does it say why he's afraid of bananas? I don't know if it would,
It does not.
because I don't think it's a rational fear. I think it's a phobia. I think one of the definitions of a phobia is it's irrational fear of something.
Maybe they don't like the way that the skin turns colors.
Maybe it's just a fear of bananas going bad. Oh, maybe it's an anxiety thing. Like bananas go bad so quickly, it makes them anxious.
So the Tribune quoted one of the leaked messages sent to the Norwegian agency ahead of a VIP lunch as saying that she has a strong allergy to bananas, so it would be appreciated that there are no bananas in the area where she will be staying. So she basically told them that no bananas were allowed anywhere around because of an allergy.
Wait, is it really an allergy though, or is that an excuse?
Let me go on. We'll find out.
Okay.
A similar email was sent to the county administrative board that said no bananas are allowed on the premises at all. So there's all these leaks of emails and text messages going out about no fruit being allowed because they're allergic to it, or to no fruit on the premises at all.
I feel like that's a little extreme.
So that's what they're pointing at. Is they think it's a phobia, and the allergy thing is an excuse.
So the minister Berg told Experian newspaper that it was an issue that she has, and she is getting professional help, that she does have a phobia of bananas. Since 2020, she said that it causes anxiety and nausea anytime she is around bananas. So they call it a banana phobia, and it's only triggered by seeing and smelling of bananas.
So she's admitted it's a phobia thing.
She admitted that it's a phobia.
I kind of want to know more about this. Not like the phobia, well, kind of about the phobia. Like, how do you handle it?
Like,
Do you have someone that goes grocery shopping for you?
Oh, like how do you work around this? Like
Yes.
this is such a common
Do you
item.
not go out for like breakfast, because a lot of places will have
Bananas.
that you can put,
Oh.
you know.
Because if it's not only the sight and it's also the smell of a fruit, you have ripe bananas in a grocery store in the produce department, you're going to smell it. And if you have a phobia and you know it's there, you're constantly going to think, shit, I'm going to throw up because all I can smell is bananas because I know they're here.
Well, this is also you said the prime minister, the minister?
Yes.
So they probably don't do their own grocery shopping anyway.
I'm sure they probably have people who do it for them, but I couldn't imagine. Could you just sneak her like banana bread and see what happens?
Oh, like sabotage them? You don't want them to lose the next election, so you sneak banana bread in at interviews and stuff?
Well, what if it is just in their mind, it's an anxiety. It's like the phobia of seeing it. If it's in something, it doesn't look like a banana.
And maybe that's how you get through the treatment. They're saying they're getting treatment for it. Maybe you
They
start
are
with banana
seeing
bread.
professional help. So, do you think that this person who is helping her hides a banana in the room every time they have a session?
Oh, that would be even scarier. All right, let's say you have a fear of large spiders, just as an example, and you go to see your doctor who's going to treat you, and they're like, I've hidden a large spider somewhere in the room. That would make it even worse, right? Like, that would freak you out even more.
What are you trying to do to that person?
Right. I'm guessing they don't hide a banana in the room.
Person's going to have a panic attack.
Well, she probably have a panic attack too if she put the thing inside of a little critter cage and set it on the table in front. How else do you stop the phobia? Look at it. I want you to cuddle with your banana for 5 minutes a day. And then we'll up it once I know that your anxiety has gone down.
I don't know how you treat for banana phobia.
The other question is it maybe because they have seen articles of large bugs coming over with bananas?
Oh.
Because there's a banana spider, I believe.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, you hear about that kind of crap where some grocery store in Connecticut has got a tarantula they find in the produce department because it came over with the bananas from some other country.
Right.
Oh, maybe that's the origin of this whole thing. That actually makes sense. We've cracked the code. Guys, we're almost better than doctors. I'm kidding. We're not. Don't,
you're a
not even
doctor, but
close.
you're not a medical doctor.
Nobody believe me on this, okay? But I think you're onto something though. I think that might be it. This fear that not the banana itself is that sometimes scary, poisonous bugs come over in bananas and stuff.
Correct. But that's the end of my story. Bacon rating?
I'll go a 3. And I don't.
Payback, isn't it?
No,
Would you
it's
like me
not.
to yawn?
I know. I was gonna make a joke about yawning, but I didn't. Stephanie?
3 crispy.
Yes.
Fine.
I didn't yawn at her.
She hasn't gone yet. Stephanie, we'll apologize in advance if Misty falls asleep in the middle of your story.
She might, with how long it is.
Oh, you got a long one?
Uh-huh.
All right. Hold on. I gotta get myself comfortable
Let me
here.
yawn. No, I'm just kidding.
She's already yawning, Stephanie. It's horrible. This is the worst ever.
This is from our favorite app, Reddit. The title is called Exposing My Boyfriend of 5 Years After I Found Out He Was Selling Pictures of My Armpits and More? ?
Like ingrown toenails or what?
We'll start with the original post.
I've already come up with like 4 or 5 questions, but I'm going to do the thing where I let you actually read part of it.
I'll read a
before
paragraph and then you'll ask 20 questions and then I can move on to the next paragraph.
I really have. I've come up with a bunch of.
By
okay.
the time you're done with it, he would have asked 101 questions. So we should just
How
bring
about
a
you keep
clicker.
count?
I might run out of fingers and toes.
We should get a whiteboard where we can tally Trevor's questions per episode.
It's fine. It's fine. Love you too. Here we go.
I am kind of genuinely mortified, disgusted, and confused over what's happened to me the past month. Fake names and Reddit account because my boyfriend's friends use Reddit. I, 32 female, have been with my boyfriend David for 5 years. During those 5 years, I rebuilt my mental health after a horrible relationship in my early 20s, and I was really unable to build up my confidence and create a safe, happy life after I met David. He was super funny, charming, and sweet. Like, he came in and checked all the boxes that my previous relationship neglected too. And his friend group was super nice and welcoming, so I felt at home. Any questions?
No, so far we're still good. So far, this is normal. This is the beginning part of that scary psycho movie where the family's like visiting the new house and everything seems normal. We're still good. We're still good there.
Okay. I moved in with David officially a few years ago. We have been on vacations together. I know his whole family, his friends. We've been talking about getting engaged soon. The possibility of kids as well. Everything seemed to be going great. I finally felt comfortable and happy, which is a big deal for me until I found these messages on David's phone with his best friend, calling him Ethan. We were getting ready to go to his friend's cookout and David was showering, and I know I shouldn't snoop, but I saw these messages about quote unquote getting pics and I got curious.
Okay, that sounds even weirder to begin with. When your husband's buddy is talking about
Not even
getting,
a husband. Boyfriend,
Oh,
soon
boyfriend.
to be fiance.
Yes.
your boyfriend's buddy is asking about getting pics. I would be curious. I'd have a hard time not being like, what is that?
Pictures of what?
Yeah, exactly.
Of himself? Of her? Of the dog? Like, or vacation? Or the ring? I don't know.
Anyway, David and Ethan used to get super drunk and party pretty hard back in their college days, so I know that they can get into much trouble. But I've also met Ethan and their entire friend group so many times over the years. They all seem like nice guys, and I had met their girlfriends who had come and went, and I always ended up being the only one that stuck around. When I opened David's phone, there was a lot of cleared messages with only 1 or 2 texts, but there was this text convo between David and Ethan. Ethan, I'm chipping $20 in. Michael said he'd pay extra $50 on top if he gets some laundry.
Whoa. Okay. All right. I'm holding it back.
David, I've got a few stacks of pics in Ziplocs. I'll drop them by soon. Laundry is a big one. Tell Michael $100. Ethan, Michael says $100 for a pair of socks. David, deal, but $100 on top of the $20 for the armpit prints. Bring them tonight. Ethan.
What the fuck?
Ethan. Any used razors or anything that smells good. David, not yet. Been watching for anything. I'll bring a bigger haul next time. Ethan, bet. I can't wait for those pics.
Hold up. I almost thought maybe the word laundry was like key for tea,
like juicy gossip?
like juicy gossip. But now I feel like these people have a fetish with her socks or her laundry.
Yeah, I was thinking dirty underwear or something like that, but when they went socks, I did not see socks being a part of that.
What the fuck do you do with somebody's razor?
Yeah, that one really tossed me.
I'm going to be the one with 101 questions. I will let you finish. But I don't know where I want to go with this one yet.
Yeah, okay.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. At this point, I was super confused and scared. I thought they might be trading pics of models or something stupid, so I went to go look through David's bag, and inside a black leather man pouch, I found a small Ziploc with these photos wrapped in rubber bands. Stacks of printouts of pictures of armpits. Of my fucking armpits. There were tissues in the bag, Q-tips, fingernail clippings, what looked like some wadded up used tissue, one of my tampons I threw in the trash, and yes, a dirty pair of socks. My socks wadded into a ball. There were wads of 20s in there too, at least a few hundred. No, I did not take the money.
What the? Who? What?
No. No. No.
No.
The fact that somebody wants a dirty ass tampon, that's almost like you selling my dirty underwear on Amazon or on Facebook or somewhere.
Oh, I think that's worse. I don't think any of these are
girls
good.
do that.
By the way,
I'm going to wear this
you were showing
underwear. I'm
this
going
in
to Ziploc bag it so people can buy them and smell them.
Okay, that I have heard of. I have also been on the internet, so I know what you're talking about. But I think now we're getting into a whole nother realm here. Who's toenail clippings?
Her toenail clippings.
Fingernail clippings.
Fingernail clippings, Q-tips, tampons, socks, armpit pics.
Is it? Okay, I thought.
You thought my phobia of bananas was crazy? An obsession with a girl and dirty socks and Q-tips and a used tampon. That's way worse than mine.
I was terrified. I texted my best friend Layla about how freaked out I was and sent some pics, and she told me to try and get as much info as possible at the cookout before making a giant mess of things, and to keep her updated in case she needed to beat some ass.
I'm sure there's a perfectly logical explanation for all of these things you found. Don't blow up about this. You might be overthinking it.
So I grabbed a couple of the pics and shoved them in my jacket. After David got out of the shower, he could tell I was acting weird, but I told him I was just having stomach issues, which is fairly normal, and he didn't suspect anything. We went to Ethan's cookout, and everything went like usual. There were a bunch of his buddies there. Some brought their girlfriends. We usually did these events once or twice a month, so I had no idea how long David, the man I love, and imagine spending my entire life with, has been selling pics of me and pieces of my trash to make a quick buck. I had no idea how far this stretched or how long it had been happening. Has my entire social circle been built upon me being a market for some creeps to get paraphernalia? I was mortified.
Okay, what if they were really liking it? What if he made a shit ton of money off of this? Why would you not?
Oh.
Stick to it and just let him do it.
Oh, what if all of a sudden she's like pissed about it, and then she pulls out a big wad of like, here's $300,000 I made this year with these, and see if she's
How do you
still
say
upset?
no?
I think Misty's saying she's for sale. Okay.
Sounds
Would
really
you?
terrible to this.
I'm not for sale. But at the same time, you are bringing in extra income just from selling your dirty socks. I mean,
If somebody came to you, you were clipping your nails, and somebody came to you out of the blue and said, "I'll give you $10 for those fingernail clippings," would you sell them to them,
here you go.
knowing what they're probably thinking?
Thinking of what?
I'm gonna guess it's something perverted.
What are you going to do perverted with them?
I don't know. I'm not that kind of pervert. This makes it sound like I'm a different kind of pervert.
You did that to yourself.
I did. So
Anyway,
all right. So
Privacy of their own home, whatever. Take my fingernails.
not only that, but this entire social circle, these men, parentheses, children, that I have spent the better part of 5 years around, have been buying pictures of my armpits and God knows what else. I feel violated and terrified. This is the craziest thing that has happened to me. But I just had to make it through the night like normal. The cookout went on like normal until David excused himself to go to the bathroom because he was feeling sick. And I noticed Ethan and a few of their friends head upstairs a couple minutes later, while they left the girlfriends downstairs to have girl time.
uh-huh.
So as soon as I saw an opening, I introduced myself to the girls and I told them everything. I told him that there's a good chance they're up there right now being creepy as hell, buying armpit pictures, Q-tips, and tampons. I pulled the pics I had swiped from David's stash and showed the girls. My award-winning armpit Polaroids. They were baffled and wanted to call the cops pretty much immediately, but we decided we needed to confront them about it.
So she's admitting these to the other girlfriends because she's right. Who says these other guys aren't doing the same thing to their girlfriends?
Oh, I never thought about that. They could have a whole ring of shit going on here.
But the crazy thing about it is they're keeping it within the friends circle. It's not like they're putting it out on...
We don't know.
Okay, keep going. We'll find out.
So we all barged upstairs, walking into Ethan's room at once, where they were all congregating. David was in the room with the boys, not in the bathroom, looking fine. I asked, "What are you doing up here? I thought you were having stomach problems." He shrugged and said, "Talking to the boys now?" All of them looked like deer in headlights. I saw a small bag in Ethan's hand and asked what it was. He said, "Oh, just some random trash and stuff." I dropped the folded pics of my own armpits on the floor and asked, "How's tonight's haul going, David?" David went paper white in the face, and so did his friends. Ethan told us all to get out and said he had no idea what I was talking about. I asked him, "Oh, so you're not trying to buy my used razor and socks?" They were all speechless. These girls were getting into shouting matches with their boyfriends. David stumbled around until he came up with, "I was just trying to make some money to support you and for our future, and you don't understand, and you don't even care about this stuff. So how is it affecting you?"
I think it's the behind your back part.
And a load of horseshit like that. I told David we were breaking up, and he's lucky if I don't press charges on all of them. It turned into a household screaming match, and I ended up leaving with the other girls together to go get a drink. I told David to stay at his friend's house because I'm packing. So it's been a crazy few weeks for me, Reddit. David has been messaging me on and off, telling me he's sorry and he loves me, telling me it wasn't his fault and his friends convinced him, and then telling me it's all my fault again. It's hard, but I've mostly just ignored him. I also stayed in contact with a couple of the girls from that night who helped me out. I haven't gone to the police yet, but I'm considering it soon. David's terrified, we're broken up, and I'm staying with Layla, my bestie, for the time being. For now, I'm happy that I'm away from those freaks, but pretty messed up about the whole situation. I don't understand how long this has been going on. If I found out anything else, I may update, but I just want this all to be over. I don't know if I was in the wrong for the way I exposed them all. I feel sick to my stomach about the situation with David, but I know I can never trust him again.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. My pile of questions. How do you get pictures of somebody's armpit without them knowing?
I have an update.
We have an update. Well, can I do my questions first? Sure. All right, question. All right. Why isn't there anything normal in this entire list? Like, nobody asked. There's no talk about pictures of boobs, or a
underwear.
butt, or yeah. Everything is weird in this pile. There's not a single normal thing that seems to be coming up in this entire list. And then, like Misty said, are they exchanging with the other friends?
Are they selling it to like strangers outside of the group?
And then Misty's call, what kind of bank is this guy pulling?
Right. Or if he wanted to make extra money like that, and these guys are asking for stuff like that, ask permission. Say, "Hey, I had a picture of your armpit, and a friend was offering me $100 for your armpit hit picture.
Maybe see if she's on board.
Can I give it to him? Because if somebody were to say that they were going to make $100 off my armpit, just a picture, here you go."
Don't get any ideas.
I'm more interested to see what kind of fan mail we're going to be getting after this episode. Misty, here's another one. Here's another offer for you. Misty, we got 120 for a foot pick. This was a knee. He's only offered $20 for a knee. I don't think
emails
it's worth
are going
it.
to roll in.
Yeah, we're going to get some really interesting email offers
Hey,
for Misty.
somebody will
With
listen
attachments.
maybe this will just bring us up and over the edge with the crazy.
Do you have a PayPal?
We're going to have to start a PayPal.
We're going to have to
just
start a
for Misty.
PayPal.
Remember we started this as a podcast and then turned it into an OnlyFans page? That was weird. Remember that day? Ooh, took a change.
Are we ready for the update?
I think we're ready for the update.
All right. Just want to let those of you who are kind know that me and the other girls and my bestie found out that they've been selling used tissue, tampons, pads from us to each other for years, but I was the one-stop shop for their friend group. It's some kind of kink they all get themselves off to our trash, especially mine, like trading cards. I didn't see it, but one of the guys implied he's been buying my hair. Yeah.
Head hair?
Yeah.
Maybe
Probably from like her hairbrush.
Or the little
Clump of hair
clog
at the bottom
of the sink. Yeah, the
well,
tub.
the tub when you wash your hair.
You know, you watch. Oh. So you're saying that pile that's in the corner of our shower that like, you know, a week's worth before you actually grab the whole thing and tow it away? We might be sitting on a gold mine right there. That might be some worth some big bucks. Why are you looking at me? You started this. Anyway.
According to David, he did it for
$1,000. Yours.
According to David, he did it for a profit and not for any weird reasons, saying that he's not into this stuff himself, asking me to take him back, telling me I'm beautiful, etc. But I told him I am still never going to be able to trust him again, and that I felt extremely violated and uncomfortable. So far, no police. I've just kept my distance. Don't know how much legal standing I have for armpit pics. I misspoke. They're not Polaroids. They are printout copies of pics of my armpits taken when I was asleep or from behind me. Just zoomed in, cropped pics of my armpits. No feet, no butt, just armpits. From what I've seen so far, at least. Yes, I've known and met his friends multiple times over the past 5 years, but like I said, they were always single or had short-term relationships, so I didn't have any good relationships with any of the girls at first. Yes, his parents are aware of the situation. From what I've heard, his parents are extremely embarrassed by his actions.
I
Asking
would have
about
been
them.
like, how much did you make off these pictures? Because I deserve it back.
Oh, that's actually fair game. Like, look, I might not go to the cops with you. I hate you forever. But I'm going to, yeah, at very least.
I don't really know what the cops will do with an armpit pic. I mean, it's not boobs. It's not an ass. It's not sexual pictures. I mean, maybe evasion of privacy.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, I'm with you, though, that at very least, like, how much money has this asshole gotten from this stuff? And she deserves that money. Yeah. Or maybe she doesn't want anything to do with it. Maybe it's like blood money in her mind or something.
It's like drug money.
So, yeah. Basically, the rest of the update is just how she's confused and she still misses her ex and also trying to figure out some sort of revenge to get on him.
If she were to get back at him with selling pictures and socks and everything of his, that would just turn his kink up even more.
So, Stephanie, I want to remind you that this is a podcast about weird things. So if you could try to bring a weird story next time,
I'll keep that in mind.
that would be great.
This story deserves a 4 crispy, by the way. That's just crazy.
I'm gonna
Even though I am willing to sell my fingernail clippings for $20.
It's different if you knew about it.
It's totally different.
It is totally different. If he would have
It's
just
totally
came out and
different.
asked her, maybe it would have been a little bit different. It
Had a
would have been
discussion and
right,
you
not
know.
so creepy, but
Yeah.
just to see and find the crap and text messages between him and his friends about selling stuff of hers.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, that's the part. Like if there's people out there that do like an OnlyFans or sell feet pics or they did armpit, I don't judge them on that. That's fine. If that's something they're cool with and the people want to buy it and everybody's happy about it, great. But the part about this one where he's doing it behind her back like that, that's the part that's extra weird. Misty, I think, already said it. 4 crispy, easily a 4 crispy rating on that one. And that's it. That's what I got. I don't know what else to say.
I'm kind of speechless.
I figured he'd like that one.
All right, guys, I do believe that I am up next, and I am going to be doing a story that I am calling What a Precocious Child. I'm going to start with my references. For this article, we have Wikipedia. We have a Time magazine article from 1939. We have a Wired magazine article from 2007.
And our favorite book.
And our favorite book, 1,144 Random, Interesting, and Fun Facts That You Need to Know by Scott Matthews. You guys have all heard of high school pregnancies, right? Like that's a thing. We all know it. people still in high school that have gotten pregnant. But would you guys believe me if I told you that the youngest person to ever give birth was in grade school?
Probably, because I've heard of 5th graders with their periods.
Well, I'm sorry to say it, guys, but I would be lying to you, because the youngest person to ever give birth was the age of a kindergartner. 5 years old.
It's got to be a medical condition.
Yeah. So let me go
I
through
hope
it.
it's a medical condition.
She probably ate her twin. But go ahead.
No.
Well, that turned dark.
Ooh, yeah. Ate a twin in the womb. Okay. And they gave birth. Well, that's weirder than my story. I don't know what to do with that information.
We're just going to turn it into like making up our own weird stories.
Why not?
So a young girl named Lina Medina was born in the Andes Mountains in Peru and has become the youngest mother in history when she gave birth at age 5 years, 7 months, and 21 days. She was born in September 23rd of 1933 and was one of 9 children that her parents had. About 5 years later or so, her parents took her to a hospital in Pisco, Peru, due to an increased abdominal size. And the doctors, of course, originally thought it was like a tumor or something, because why else would this 5-year-old have an enlarged stomach area? But then determined she was in her 7th month of pregnancy. So when this story came out back in 1933, it like blew up worldwide, especially in the medical field.
You're shitting me.
No, this was a big thing. I don't know if you believe it, but it's
I
very
didn't realize
rare.
there
I
was
am
news
shocked.
back in 1933, but okay.
Newspapers.
The newspapers.
There's
That's
newspaper and journals. There's medical journals back in 1933. So anyway, they wanted to get interviews with this girl, but the family repeatedly was like, no, thank you. Like, we're not doing any type of news stories or anything like that. There was even a Texas film studio that offered $5,000 for the care of the child, meaning money like to help raise this child, which, to do the math, by the way, that'd be $115,000 today, in exchange for the filming rights. And the family also turned that down. So there are tons of places, like, and again, mostly medical, some probably just public entertainment TV or whatever, that are like this is huge. Like, we need to be able to film this. We need to be able to document this, all kinds of stuff.
So what are they hiding?
What are they hiding? Oh, well, I see what you're saying. Because, like, why wouldn't they? I think if your 5-year-old child's about to have a baby and is considered kind of a freak of nature,
Right, I can
probably
understand
don't.
like the newspapers, but medical people who want to know and try to figure it out, why would you not let them?
I don't know. I think if all of a sudden you went to your doctor because you had some weird growth or something going on, and your doctor's like, dude, is it okay if I bring in a bunch of people to film this because this is freaking weird? Would you be like, cool, let's go with it?
I'm just weird, so yeah.
That's true. We are weird people. It's so weird we decided to make a
But it could
podcast.
also be like
She's
with
also
Educational to the others
well, I understand that, but the parents might be more protective
of the 5-year-old.
of
and
the
baby.
5-year-old.
Yeah.
This is a 5-year-old kid who's about to have a child.
Yes. So I think there's more of a protection thing going on from the parents than. I get your point, though.
But either way, on May 14th, 1939, Lina gave birth to her son. She named him Gerardo, which was also the name of her doctor. Yes.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
Hold on. She was 5?
She was 5. Yes, that
33.
is 6 years later, but she was born in September. Birth was in May, so it was 5 years, 7 months,
Okay.
and 21 days.
I wanted to double check your dates.
Not a problem. I have messed that up before. Now, of course, the listeners don't know that because, the magic of editing of podcasting, I was able to
Well,
fix
they
that,
do
but-
know.
Oh, great. Now you call me on in front of all my friends.
Until he cuts this part out.
So I cut this part
So
out
this
too.
part never exists.
No one will ever know. So she gave birth to this child, and she named the child Gerardo, which was named after her doctor. Dr. Gerardo Lozada. It was a C-section birth for obvious reasons. The child's pelvis was not nearly large enough to pass a baby. And the child was born 2.7 kilograms, which for us Americanites is just under 6-pound baby.
Like, she carried a healthy baby then.
Yeah, she gave birth to something that probably weighs damn near as much as she did.
After the pregnancy diagnosis, the doctors did some investigating into this situation, being like, how does a 5-year-old get pregnant and give a birth? And determined that she had a condition that is medically called a precocious puberty. So we've all heard the term precocious, a very precocious child, but I don't think any of us really knew what it was because I'll be honest, I've heard it, but I've never used the term. It pretty much means just abnormally early or abnormally mature. Like if someone's a precocious child, they're that child that's like well-mannered and mature for their age.
So it's almost like when newborns are born with teeth.
Sort of. Yeah, that's kind of that idea. I guess that's precocious dental or something. I don't know. But either way, this one is officially called a precocious puberty. It's happened before, but this is the earliest anyone's known of. And while talking with the family about it and kind of looking into the situation, it was determined that she had her first period at 8 months old.
Wouldn't the mom be worried because at 8 months old, she'd be wearing a diaper?
Yeah,
if you found blood in your diaper,
you would think that you'd
freak out.
But say the kid was on a normal cycle, you wouldn't be questioning every 28 days, like, where's the blood coming from again? Like, you wouldn't question, did my kid have her period? Or
maybe it's different.
I'd have so many questions as a parent.
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of questions. Yes.
I'm glad this didn't go in the dark direction that I was originally thinking in my head.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So dark part. Let's give a little trigger warning here. People might want to fast forward a extra 1 or 2 minutes here because things are going to get a little on the little dark, a little scarier part. So let's get into that.
For me, the pissed off part.
Yeah.
What might be the pissed off part is, yes, based on the math, somebody must have raped this child before it reached 5 years of age. So they don't know who. And at first they arrested the father with this idea of assuming it had to have been the father because who else is around this child?
I suppose back in the 30s, they didn't have like the DNA testing.
Yeah, even after the child was born, nobody was able to tell who the heck it was. But they arrested the father with this assumption, well, it's got to be the dad. It's the only other male around the child. But nothing ever came of it because then they're like, well, we don't have any actual real evidence it was the dad. We're just definitely doing circumstantial evidence saying, well, dad is around, but that's the only thing they had. So they never did figure out who the father was.
Did she have brothers where they could have been possible suspects?
Well, that's just it. She was one of 9 children. So, yeah, there is a possibility that there was brothers in there somewhere. Or it could have been some other relative. Or, she's 5 years old, 1933, in a village or a small city or town. I mean, it could have been anybody.
Oh, right.
They just literally out of pure shock, the police department just arrested dad with nothing of evidence.
At the age of 5, you don't think the kid is out roaming around all by herself.
Well, they did ask the child, even, saying who is the father, but the child never said who the father was, but they don't think it was because she didn't want to as much as she didn't know. At 4 years old, somebody did something, and she's too young to even remember it. So, anyway, that was the scary part about it. Somebody impregnated this child at 4 years old. Yeah. So, some people do question, though. They say, hey, is this whole thing a hoax? Like, it's 1933 and a 5-year-old giving birth. Seems a little far-fetched. People were questioning it over the years. But that being said, the doctor that she had, Dr. Gerardo Lozada, did document as much as the family would let him. knowing that it wasn't be used like at the time of the whole thing, as much as like, hey, this, can we at least do some documentation and keep some records? And they have had various doctors who have looked over those records over the years, and there's biopsies, there's x-rays that have the baby in the utero, like an x-ray of the child with the baby in there, and photographs that were taken while the doctor was doing care for her and everything. So it is determined that this is not a hoax. People have looked at all these records, and it is true. So youngest person to ever give birth is 5 years. Where's my bacon rating on this?
It's hard because it was a weird story for sure, but it was kind of sad.
Oh, I was worried about that part. I was like, okay, this is too weird to not bring up.
I mean,
But at the same time, there is the weird part. Or
it's sad.
The sad part. Oh.
I'm still gonna give you a 3.
I know, but I wanted to be a happy-go-lucky podcast. But I felt like this had to be covered. I hope I didn't make it too sad.
I could make it a 2 because it was after my good one. But
Okay,
I
did
put a
have to
damper on.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you a 3.
I'll give you a 3 as well, because it is weird. I mean, it's sad, but back then nobody knows anything.
And at least we know that the local government thought like did care. Like the fact that they arrested Dad, right or wrong, evidence or not, but the fact that they arrested him at least says, hey, they knew something bad happened here. So.
Right. Yeah.
All right, guys. I appreciate the 3s. I'm sorry that it had to be done. It's a very weird situation, very weird story. But I'm sorry it had the sad part to it. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's still entertaining, and I appreciate the 3s. All right, and next is, I believe, Misty.
I'm gonna skip this one because my next one's a little longer, so I'm gonna save it for next week.
You want to save it? All right, we'll allow saves. Saves are allowed. And then I guess we're on to you, Stephanie. Stephanie, what do you have for us today?
It's short and sweet.
Like me. Oh.
This is from the subreddit Amazon Reviews. So I'm going to read what the review was and then tell you the title. We're going to change it up a little bit.
We're going to get the review before what it's reviewing.
Yes.
All right. I'm listening.
Okay. So this person rated 4 out of 5 stars. The title was pretty good. There are so many attachments that come with this, making it worth the price point. I have long, thick hair, so drying time from soaking wet is 20 plus minutes, which sucks. The device runs on the louder side. I do like the curling attachments. They don't really curl. However, they do add volume and make a noise salon blowout effect. The individual attachments get quite hot, and that becomes difficult to switch them. And it says one person found this helpful.
Okay, is that the whole thing?
That's the whole thing.
Do we get to guess what it is?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to guess a hair dryer. Like one of those that you see, they get the little
Like the different
little
caps.
attachments or the cap or the little, what are the ones I'm thinking of where it looks like almost like a comb, but each one's like a little tube that you like dig into the hair and it blows air through each little tube. That's a thing, right? No, you guys are looking at me like I'm making this up. That's a thing.
I know.
But you know what I'm talking about. So I'm guessing it's a hair dryer, but with like a bunch of the attachments, like the one that like goes, like you can poke into the hair and it's got the little hoses that are
It's like a brush top.
brush top. Yeah, okay.
But
all right.
the air doesn't go through the tips of it.
What's your guess?
Me?
Don't try to cheat.
She's trying to cheat. Are you trying to look at the sheet? She
No.
is.
I'm trying to
Totally
read through
trying
this.
to.
I'm trying to think of what else gets hot, has attachments.
Well, and that's the weird. I think that's where that's going to come in. Is I have a feeling that it sounds like one thing, but it's probably definitely not that thing.
It's not a blow dryer because you can't connect a curling iron to a blow dryer.
Okay, that part did toss me. You're right. Okay, all right. Let's see. Do you have a guess then or no?
It gets frizzy and doesn't curl, but gets hot.
Yep, I do like the curling attachments. They don't really curl. However, they do add volume and make a nice salon blowout effect.
Is it one of those electric rakes that people use to like calm their muscles?
Well, like little zapper ones, little glass wand ones. All right, I'm going to hair dryer, glass wand, zapper. Stephanie, what do you got?
Car vacuum.
It's a car vacuum.
The title is an interesting review for a car vacuum.
So this woman's just running a car vacuum on reverse. and just using it to dry
She
her
just
hair.
apparently doesn't know the difference between a hair dryer that can come with attachments. Because the more expensive hair dryers do have the different attachments. So yes, it was a car vacuum.
It's a car vacuum.
I want to know why it got hot.
Because she doesn't know how to use it.
I guess. And
It had to be reversed. Isn't that like how you would...
yeah, because a lot of them do, like shop vacs, because let's be honest, this is just a small shop vac is what it is. Yeah, but usually they have a blow feature on them too, where it's just mostly just take the hose from one spot and hook it to the other, where it's...
I can
Well,
see
at that
warm.
point, she might as well buy an air compressor. That probably would have dried her hair faster.
Would that be great? She upgrades to a 30-gallon Craftsman, 2 horsepower, dries her hair in a minute and a half.
I wonder why it took her 20 minutes to dry her hair.
How would you not notice though? Like, how would that not pull?
Well, that's...
Because vacuums suck, so you would think that it's like,
Yeah,
how
how
is
would
she
you not
drying her hair?
If
Unless
she's
it's a
sucking her
cheating-
hair into it, it's like clogging it, so it's making it work harder to get it to be warm.
So you think she actually has it on the suck feature? I thought she would have hooked
Well,
it
how
backwards.
blowing it's not going to curl it. Sucking it in and it twirling itself is going to curl it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the curling feature. This is probably one of those. So a vacuum that's got the little brush, a little like electric, a little brush on it.
Because
The
car
carpet
vacuums, depending on what type of car vacuum you use,
has the little,
you
There's a
can
little
add
brush.
different.
like an upholstery one for
Yeah.
your home vacuum.
Yeah.
She's just running that through her hair.
Yeah.
No wonder it's getting hot. Like you said, she's literally, how is she not bald?
I think my favorite part is the fact that one person found it helpful.
That is a good point. I never thought about that.
You got to remember, it started out. She gave it 4 stars though,
She did. She gave 4 out of 5, 4 to 5.
because it's a pretty good hair dryer.
Does that say Canada?
Yes, it does. Reviewed it in Canada on Christmas Day.
She tried it Christmas Day. It's a Christmas present. Oh, that's even better. Somebody bought her a car vacuum and she thought it was
Thought
a
it
hair.
was going to be a massive blow dryer.
The top comment on this, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I need to know which person found this helpful.
I agree. That is the best part.
Oh, good God.
So, bacon rating, I think it lightened the mood after Trevor's little story.
It did. It
It
did.
did.
Funny. Weird, I'm going to give it, and weird factor, I'm going to go with a 3 on it. But funny, it's definitely a 4. So I'll go 3 for weird. Funny is a 4, though. I liked the humor.
I'm going to
part of it.
average it out and just give you a 3 crispy.
Thank
'cause
you.
I mean,
That's why I'm like, why? When do we start doing 2 separate ratings?
Okay, fine. 3 crispy for me as well.
If we're
then. 3
let's go
crispy.
back to your story then.
Like my was like, what did you
You
guys
get a
give me?
3 for weird and like a negative 2,
2
for
for
sad.
sad.
Like that shit's
Oh.
still raw in the packaging.
Didn't think about that part.
Especially since
Well, if you wanted,
especially
you-
since we were on a high note
We
with
were.
my first story, and then all of a sudden,
And I thought that was a really good story. I did. I really did. I mean, it was a good story, but it's just had a sadness to it. I'm sorry.
it's okay. We'll forgive you. Make it up next time.
All right. Next episode, I'm going for more funny than anything. Funny's the key. All right, guys. I think that is enough weird for one day, and we need to close this one down. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Because shit's getting weird.
Shit's getting a little weird. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate it. If you liked the episode, please subscribe if you're not already. Leave us a rating. Leave us a review.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. We enjoy hearing from other people. Or, word of mouth also helps spread the news. If you don't know, because I think we've mentioned it, we are also on YouTube. So if you're listening to this and you wonder what us weird people are like, look us up on YouTube. We are on there too, so you can see our beautiful faces.
And our fun pictures.
And our fun pictures. We are also on Facebook. We are on the TikTok. We are on Instagram. If you want to get a hold of us, let's say you would like to send us an email. We have an email address. It is weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. So again, no A. It is just weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. Send us anything you've got, things we need to know, questions you might have. If you're interested in any of Misty's things that she has for sale by the end of this episode that she had mentioned, I'm just saying, feel free to get a hold of us at that email address. I might regret saying that. Thank you, everybody. And as we always like to say, keep it weird because normal is just another word for boring. Thanks,
Never
everybody.
normal.
Bye.
Bye.